At Critical Moment this episode, we are going to talk to the Chief Communication Officer of the best business school in Thailand, Satsin Business School. So stay tuned and find out what will be his critical moment. Follow me. Well, 30 years ago, Satsin was the first business school in Thailand who used English for all of its teaching and learning and communicating. It was the decade of collaboration between Chulalongkorn University and top 2 business schools in USA, and that was Kellogg and the Wharton. The second decade became the decade of diversification. It was the networking decade of high-quality schools around the world. And just 10 years ago, Satsin was globally recognized to make it one of the top schools of the world, making it at par with the school in US of A, in Canada, in Europe, and of course in Asia. And today, Satsin is the school of choice. It is the school of sustainability. We have the privilege to talk to the person who is in charge of all the communications for Satsin. He's the expert working here for Satsin Communications Department, Kundin Alterson. Kundin, สวัสดีค่ะ Well, thank you for joining me for Critical Moment.
You're welcome.
And what is in the name of Satsin?
Well, Satsin means King of Rabbits, and it was graciously bestowed by His Majesty the King in 1987.
1987?
Yes.
And that was about 20-something years ago?
20-something years ago, yes.
Oh dear, and it was what before JIBA, as I
was
remember?
JIBA, yes, Graduate Institute of Business Administration of Chulalongkorn University. So.
Ah, okay. And Satsin now is celebrating what I have studied is the 30th year anniversary.
Yes. We were established in 1982.
Right.
So this is our 30th year. Yeah.
What is going on for the 30th year celebration?
Well, our actual anniversary is September 15th, and we will have a gala dinner to celebrate, and we'll hopefully have about 500 people there, students, alumni, faculty, professors, some of our visiting professors from all over the world will be there. And it should be a great celebration.
This is a great big event, isn't it?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And you say that a big amount of the alumni will be coming to Satsin. About how many alumni does Satsin have nowadays, do you know?
I think we have around 5,000 alumni, I think. 30 years of graduates, and you know, our alumni association is very active and very helpful to the school, and you know, some of the most important business people in Thailand and in Asia and even in the world are Satsin alumni. So,
So they graduated from Satsin. They work locally, regionally, and internationally.
Yes, all of the above. We have graduates who run their own businesses here, who run their family businesses in Thailand, as well as graduates that work in the rest of Asia, in North America, for some of the biggest multinationals in the world. So.
And how do we make them come back and help the school as the alumni, do you know?
Well, everybody who's been part of Satsin is kind of part of the Satsin family, and I think just they feel they have a connection with Satsin, so they always want to help out and give back to the current students. And I was just at a mentoring lunch today with some of the alumni who are here to give advice to our current students on their careers and on their career choices.
Mentoring lunch. Why do we need lunch to be mentored with?
Well,
what is the purpose of mentoring?
Well, I think everybody who gets involved in business needs to have a mentor, somebody that they can look up to talk about their career and get some advice. And so the lunch today was just a chance to get to know each other, to ask questions, and these are very senior people that have been through the same thing as our students are experiencing now, but they've gone on to have very successful careers, and they're just very gracious and willing to come back and help out.
So they're willing to cut their working hours today to
Sure.
come and spend time with the current Satsin student.
Yeah, exactly.
And are there any in particular industries that we concentrate on?
We cut across, I think, almost every industry. I was sitting at a table today with an alumnus who is in the power industry, electricity and plastics, and you know, we have alumni who are in manufacturing, in consulting, in just the jewelry business, fashion, every possible industry.
So you met a lot of mentors who came from various of industries
Sure.
today, spending their lunch hours with the students.
Yep.
What's in it for the students and what's in it for the alumnus?
I think it gives the students, of course, get a chance to talk to somebody that can relate to them, to what they're experiencing as an MBA student at Satsin. And then for the alumni, they come back and they get a chance to talk to the next generation. They get a chance to possibly meet potential employees, somebody that they might be interested in hiring at some point. And it gives them a connection to what's happening in the next generation of business leaders. So
I see. And the next generations of business leaders would be obviously the Generation Y. What do you think of them?
Well, the Generation Y, yes. They're an interesting group that are certainly different from previous generations.
Why?
Well, I think they are much more in tune with what they're looking for in a company. They are much more interested in making sure that the company that they work for shares the same values that they do. And so a lot of times I've spoken to some senior HR people at companies, and they say that it's often feels like the Generation Y, the new generation, are interviewing them rather than the other way around. So it's a different group.
What do you think is the rationale of the Generation Y having to interview their prospective employer?
Yeah, well, I think it's a matter of they're much more socially aware and environmentally aware and politically aware of things that are happening in the world, and that's down to the spread of technology and digital technology. And I think they're much more informed about things, and I think maybe they have more choices than previous generations did.
I see, and the prospective employers have to adjust themselves accordingly, including Satsin, because a large pool of Generation Y will be entering the workforce, but before that they have to attend graduate program.
Sure.
And what sort of adjustment do we have to have this Generation Y who want, I believe, hands-on experience all the time, and they need to be aroused with their mind, with their thinking. What sort of things does Satsin do recently that attract Generation Y?
Well, we are certainly, you know, Generation Y are our main applicants for our MBA program and even for our EMBA program. So we're doing things that would attract them. One of the things, for example, is our new sustainability center.
They like to make the world a better place, isn't it? They're a world changer, aren't they?
Very much so. They are the generation that really they want to make a difference.
Yeah.
And so sustainability, of course, is it's more than a trend. It's an idea that business can do things not just for profit, but for the people and for the planet, and you know, the idea of the triple bottom line. And I think Generation Y students are really looking for that kind of experience that incorporates sustainability into the program. And so
And we have the unit for the sustainability study.
Yes.
And that involves various activities and events to be suitable for the generation wise. And I think Generation X and baby boomers may be interested in that as well.
Absolutely.
What sort of activities do you have? I saw in the web that you had some kind of bonding trip. You have this mentoring lunch,
Right.
you have bonding trip. What's going on here?
Well, certainly we have bonding trips for our students, MBA students, and sometimes those trips involve trips to places that are environmentally, raise their environmental awareness. The Sustainability Center teaches, sustainability courses are now part of our core curriculum. So all of our MBA and EMBA students now have to take a sustainability course.
That is good.
And they also do research and work on case studies, and they do some consulting as well in the Sustainability Center.
Yes.
But then they attract speakers, people that come in for to talk to our students and our faculty and our staff about, sustainability in the travel industry or sustainability in design and architecture.
Is this a talk at lunchtime or in class or what?
Various. Some of the speakers come in and guest lecture for the MBA sustainability courses and the EMBA courses. They recently had a workshop with a guest lecturer that was very interactive and very seemed very interesting for the students. But we also, the Sustainability Center and a group called Net Impact also sponsor a monthly lunch where they invite guest speakers to come in and talk about their industry and what's happening in terms of sustainability.
Well, you have to stay tuned to find out more about this very interesting business school and, of course, sustainable.